Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a new prototype to show you. This is from Gecko Customz Knife Works. Steven over there is a good dude. I've met him at Blade Show the last couple years, at Kaiser events and around the show and whatnot. I've reviewed his Sakura model, and then he just had a model out with Kaiser, I believe it was, and the Crest. Also very cool. And checked out the Sakura Light, and now he has a pre-order up for the Pictus, and this one's OEM'd by Kubi, which is really cool. You guys know I work with Kubi a lot with Divo, so it's awesome to see other companies using them as well. And you guys can pick these up now on his website. I'll put a link down below to the Pictus. You just have to go to the shop and then go to knives, and it's under the crest. So it took me a second to find it, but I will link that. So let's check it out. This is the Pictus, and he just got these prototypes. He's got the pre-order up, and I thought it looked really cool. He offered to send me one to check out, and I said, hails to the yeah. So that's what we were doing. So this is the Pictus prototype, and this will go back to Steven or on to another reviewer. I did ask another channel if they wanted to check it out, but it is not mine. It's not mine to keep or anything. I don't get commission if you guys go pre-order it. Just checking it out for a fellow knife brand and a good dude in the community. So if you haven't heard of Gecko Customz, he does really cool mod work on knives, and he started to make his own knives. So very, very cool. This is nice. So this is a unique design. You guys will see in a second why I thought it looked cool. It is a aggressive, gnarly looking sheep's foot slash Warncliffe slash maybe a little bit of clip point in there. Just a really good looking knife. And he said Kubi knocked it out of the park. I got to go ahead and agree. They absolutely destroyed this. I mean, this is a beautiful knife. So he's got two handle versions, and then he's got 3 different finishes. So it looks like they all have belt satin finishes, but then you have a stone-washed finished handle, which is what this is. And I will say it kind of looks like a bead blast because of the milling. It's got a really clean look to it. So if you guys normally go for a bead blast and you don't see that option, you see stone-washed, if you get the one with the milling like this, I think you're really going to like it. It really kind of gives that look anyway. So like here, I'm going to show you a similar. This is one we did with Best Tech. It's bead blasted. It has lines kind of similar. And you can see it's a little bit brighter color on the titanium, but that's about it. It looks really, really nice. Give you a size comparison. This is the Divo Stout. It's a lefty model there. Pivot to pivot. We can see they are very, very similar. I will give you size, or I'll give you specs here real quick. So that is how you spell the knife, by the way, Pictus. Not sure what that stands for or anything. I did not ask that question, so apologies on that. You guys let me know in the comments if you know what that is. Maybe it's like sounds like a Greek, sort of like a mythology type thing, or a astrology type thing, you know? 7.74 overall, and 3.66 inch on the blade length, which this is 3.3, and they're very close, but the tall boy here is, or I'll grab the belt satin version. The tall boy here is, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have grabbed that one. This is a 3.6 inch blade, so it depends on how you're measuring it. It's probably measured from tip to back here, and that's probably 3.6, right? where if you line this one up tip to tip, you're probably going to see that where this ends here is kind of where the handle ends here, and that's how we measure it. So it just comes down to kind of how you measure it, but there's a size comparison for you on the tall boy and then the stout. So it's basically directly in the middle between these two, because this is a 7.5 inch knife and this is an 8-inch knife, and this is 7.75. So it's a really good kind of indicator there. Also, comparable design language, I guess you could say, since they are Wharncliffe's or sheep's feet. Another thing that I think is really cool in this design is he has this lock bar that's kind of exposed here, and it looks like we're starting to see that more and more, which is really cool. Kubi does a great job with that. I'm not sure what the material is on the liner. Maybe I can look that up. I would guess it's steel, but I could be wrong. Yep, lock liner is stainless steel. So, which makes perfect sense. This is a very lightweight knife. I'd be surprised if it's like anywhere over that 3.2 ounce mark. It's probably lighter than that, maybe even 3.45. So I was close. It honestly feels lighter than that. But anyway, you can pause and read any of that stuff you would like here. It is S90V steel. And again, it comes in stonewash finish, either with the milling or without. It comes in a dark wash finish with the milling or without. And then it comes in a black wash finish with the milling or without. You guys all know what black wash looks like, I'm sure. That is, let's see if do I have anything in a Kubi black wash here? This might give you the idea. This blade is black washed. So it's basically PVD coated, and then it is tumbled. And that'll give you a black wash. And then the dark wash is, it's a little bit different. Like this is a dark blast. And it looks similar to this. It's just tumbled instead of blasted. So, or it's tumbled after it's blasted. So it does look a little bit like this. Especially after it's carried in my pocket for a while. You can see like the dings and stuff. It would have little pock marks all over it. That's what a dark wash would look like. So I think all of those are going to look good. That action feels really nice. We have a front flipper on here as well. So I can do the pullback move. I can get on top of it and front flip it. And let's see, I can reach around it. So that is a very nice flipper tab. It's giving me access to do everything I want to do. And then you have a really nice hole for deployment. I love the shape of that. It's long. It's got that cool little angle in it. I like that look. And then it even has that internal cut as well. Looks really, really good. And you add that up with the liner lock. That's really nice as a lefty because I don't need to worry about a lock bar getting in the way, right? I mean, it's even more tucked away than like on our tall boy, right? The way we did it, we cut it back a little bit. It's more exposed. We call it an exposed liner lock. I don't know if he has a name for it or, you know, it is a liner lock. But with this, you can actually, you know, you can put your finger here and bind it up. And now I can't flick it left-handed. Now that's really going to be rare that you're going to have that issue. Or if you're right-handed, maybe you could accidentally put your thumb on here, right? And then you can't flick it because it gets bound up. On this design, it's exposed, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not really in the way. It's very minimal, right? So maybe you could still do that, but I think it would be kind of difficult to bind it up that way. And then being left-handed, I mean, I can probably even put my finger, yeah, I can put my finger right over it because of the handle. You can see where the milling and then it kind of drops off here. So the pressure when I put down here is not on that lock bar. I mean, it's a really nice design. I like that quite a bit. And then you have nice, ample lock bar access here. And it swings down, feels great. Kubi did a really good job on these. I mean, it looks and feels like a really premium knife. It is a really premium knife. The price point, guys, $239. So you're getting that, you know, it feels as quality as something you'd get from Best Tech or Riot. Kubi's really been doing a great job, guys. Hollow ground, so you get a really nice thin blade. Look at that. I mean, that thing is gonna cut. Grab some paper here. Now, there's not like a choil, but you can essentially use this flat area here as a choil. Personally, to me, that really is a choil. But yeah, I mean, this thing is an absolute laser beam. I didn't expect anything less when I looked at that and felt that blade. A little bit of cardboard here just to kind of give you an idea. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic against the grain there. I mean, you can just saw through. You can do whatever you want. Really, really nicely done. So, excellent blade on there. I love how it looks too. That aggressive kind of coming down there is really nice. Let me just see if I can clean this up real quick. Did this come out of the box? Or is this mine? I don't know. I just don't want it to be all disgusting while I finish this up. I don't know. What do you guys think down below? I think this might be the sexiest knife I've tried this year. You guys know I love a sheep's foot. I love a Warney. And this is obviously just checking those boxes really, really nicely. Let's see here. So we do have some belly to it, which is nice. I always like that. Man. Honestly, guys, I've seen Kubi do some really sick stuff. This one's almost a little surprising that it's Kubi. If he would have sent this to me and told me it was Riot or specifically Best Tech, you know, it almost seems like it was designed for Best Tech and then he sent it to Kubi. You know, maybe because of the price point. His Sakura is a really, really nice knife. But it's like $400 or something. I think it was like $425 because he had Best Tech make it. And their shit's just, it's so expensive to have them make knives. And so this answers the question. If you have seen his stuff in the past, like the Sakura, and you were like, damn, dude, this guy's charging a fortune. He wasn't charging a fortune. He was charging what he had to charge to make it plausible as a business venture, right? Because he's charging $239 for this, which is a great price. On all of our new premium stuff, S90V and titanium or carbon fiber, whatever, from Kubi, we're pricing them starting at $219, depending on, you know, materials and such. So $239 is right in that ballpark. I mean, he is doing his best to make it affordable. So got to give him props on that. That lock bar access is just so good. The blade window is really nice. And again, as a lefty, I have no issue with this knife. I put my thumb up here because I'm worried about the lock bar, but I don't need to be. It's just super nice. It's not the most comfortable knife down in this grip. You know, it kind of forces you down to here. And then it gets a little bit tight for me. It gets a little bit small. My pinky wants to hang off. There's obviously this area right here. It's not sharp. It's all nicely rounded. It's super lightweight. It's not contoured, but it's got chamfers and angles and such, so it feels like it. You have excellent excellent weight relief milling in here. So look at that. On both sides, I mean, it's milled as much as possible. You're looking at a tab lock. So much like a lot of our knives, you have literally just a lock bar, and it's mounted down there with a tab. And then what is locking it in? Where's the screw to lock it in? So I can see the tab there. I guess that body screw on the side is locking it in. Must be, because I don't see any other screw. That's wild that works. Huh. So it looks like it goes down there and then under the backspacer, and then this must lock it down. Very cool. That is sweet. I'm not usually a fan of this little notch right here because it usually indicates that we're looking at a cleaver blade. But in this design, it works really well because it goes right into that aggressive tip. And it's not a cleaver, so it doesn't have that big chonky look to it. You know what I mean? This knife is super comfortable to disengage. Look at those steps right there on that tab. I mean, this thing is beautiful, guys. Looks like it's just a thicker piece. Let me see. So you have the detent ball there. And yeah, so the construction is like the tall boy, where it looks like they just took a thicker piece of steel and they mill it down to where this part up here is just thicker, and then they can thin it out for the rest of the lock bar, the rest of the liner, essentially. So you get really good lockup. You get a thicker piece of steel that it locks up on. I mean, it's not crazy thick in this case, but you have good, you have good lockup there. It's not too early. I'd say it's good. It's like perfect. Look at that. Just slides right out of the way. Because it's steel, you don't have to worry about titanium on steel. If he did titanium and then added a lock bar insert, it would have to be like this thick, because they have to make it thicker to fit the steel insert, and it just makes no sense. I know some people think it's more premium, but it really isn't. You're talking about a tiny little liner in here, just a tab that's locked down. It's essentially a steel insert. Like, that's what it is. This flipper tab is really nice. Works left-handed really well. Holy shit. The jimping is perfect. I mean, that jimping is strong. It's aggressive. It's not killing me or anything. And it is tight. So it goes around the corner here, but you never feel there's usually on a knife like this, they'll have a smooth spot here, right? Where the jimping here will end, and then it'll come around, the jimping will start up again. On this one, it just never ends. It just keeps going. The jimping just keeps going, and it grabs you. I mean, it's excellent. Literally perfect. As a perfectly executed tab, or flipper tab. Wow. I'm impressed, guys. I need to try this pocket clip. Hopefully that is good, and we can, call this one a freaking winner. I mean, this thing's fantastic. Let me drop it in pocket. Let's see. Double seam pants right now. Went in, came out, went in, came out. Single seam. Ooh, even better on the single seam. Perfect pocket clip. Did we cause any tap? Nope, it's fine. Retention's money. Wow, you killed it on that too. And it's internally mounted. Do we have any wiggle? Nope, it's solid. Really nice small backspacer here. Comes around. Perfectly centered blade. Wow. Man, I'm impressed that Kubi did this. Very, very well done. Guys, this is an absolute winner right here. If you happen to have $239 laying around and you want a new awesome knife, then I highly recommend you pick up the Pictus. This thing's a winner. The plunge grind looks good to me. I'm not seeing it very well. It looks like it's pretty much like right here, I think. So I think you have plenty of space there to sharpen. So guys, let me know if you see something different, but I think that's where it is. I mean, I'm trying to find something to nitpick on it, you know, because nothing's perfect, you know. I guess I would say that the grip back here would be the thing to nitpick. I mean, you can just look at it and know that it's not going to be the most ergonomic back here, right? You can kind of, I guess, put your pinky down here, but I don't know, it doesn't really feel right to me. It makes me want to cram them in and force them all in. But the good news is that I would never hold this knife like that, right? You probably saw me cutting with it. So how did I hold it? I just instinctually grabbed it. So you tell me how I held it. I'm guessing it was like this, right? This is how I want to hold this knife, choked up. That edge is not biting me. I don't feel it. Never did. A little jimping right here might have been nice, actually. A little patch up here so I could come in with the pinch grip and get into the utility cuts because it is slick up here. It's flat. It's not sharp or anything, which is good. Is it? I don't think it's too smooth or anything. I'm just saying a little patch would have been nice. But that's about all I can figure, guys. It's beautiful. It's dialed the fuck in. I'll tell you that much. It's Jesus. Yeah, guys. I probably said this already a couple times this year, but guess what? That's kind of how it works. This is, I think, the best knife. This is the best knife I've handled this year. So I'm glad I checked it out. Hell yeah, Steven. Dude, thanks for sending this my way to check out. I think it got lost in the mail coming back to you. So, sorry. But I guess I'll just pay you for it. And if it ever shows up, you can just send me the money back, all right? Just kidding. But this thing, I mean, this doesn't feel like a prototype. This feels like a production example. I mean, it's really good. So he did tell me that he was hoping to have some for Blade Show. He has a booth at Blade Show this year, so definitely check out Steven's booth. It is Gecko Customz. So check him out. And he does actually make his own knives as well. I'm not sure if he's made fixed blades. I think so. He was working on a CNC knife with, I can't remember the shank knives, just like we were actually. I think that's how I think that's something we talked about the first year I met him. That all fell through for us. I think he was getting parts from them, but I'm not sure where that all landed. So he's actually a maker as well. If that means anything to you, I know some guys, you know, they don't like the whole designer thing. So, you know, maybe that helps. But beautiful. There you go. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I would love to hear it. Do you think this is as freaking awesome as I do? You know, I might have to pick one of these up on the pre-order, honestly. So, yeah, really, really nice. This says D2. That's because it's a prototype. That's what Kubi does. So don't worry about that. They're S90V. So they're going to be in S90V. And Kubi's S90V is usually, right, 61 to 62. We usually advertise 60 to 62 just to be safe. But they usually come in 61 to 62. So excellent S90V. Sharp as shit. Thin as hell. Billboarding is minimal as hell. You just have this Gecko right here and that's it. And you have the steel up here, but it's lasered and it's, wait, no, it's not. Where is it? Where did I see it? Oh, here. So, I mean, it's even hard to see, honestly, unless you're in the right light, which is great. So, no billboarding. You have a cool, unique sort of tab lock going on here. Internally mounted pocket clip. You have a beautiful belt satin with that hollow grind. Beautiful deployment hole. You have a absolutely perfectly executed front flipper tab that you can hit from all different angles, no problem. Especially if you're, you know, right-handed like this knife is. But if you're left-handed, no problem as well. Fear not, you can has this knife too. You just can't reverse the clip. You know, it's the one thing we didn't get, but that's fine. I'm not going to complain about that. It's super clean, beautiful. I would just carry it in my left sort of hip pocket that I have on my pants. Nice ergonomics if you're choked up. If you're choked back, it's a little bit tight. If you have small hands, I think you'll probably be fine. If you have larger hands, hopefully you like to choke up like me, or you just don't give a shit because it's a beautiful knife. You know what I mean? Beautiful aesthetics, beautiful blade shape, beautiful milling. I mean, absolutely out of the park design and execution by Kubi. Beautiful milling on the inside, beautiful lock bar access. I mean, goddamn, the list goes on and on and on. So I'm going to shut up. Absolute winner. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm going to go get a drink because my throat is clearly getting a little scratchy. Catch you guys later. Peace.